I would like to welcome you all in the lecture series of innovation and design thinking. In this session, I'm going to discuss the difference between MVP and a prototype. So we already discussed the meaning of MVP in the previous session. So let us compare MVP with respect to prototype within a simple and easy fashion. So we are going to compare the features according to the purpose, functionality, then used to by example. These are the like different features we are going to consider for comparison of a prototype word minimum viable product. So now let us discuss about purpose. If I talk about the purpose, the prototype, what is the purpose of prototype? That means to test the design and usability. That is a major purpose of going for prototype. But we'll mainly going for minimum viable product because to test the market demand, whether people love my product or not, whether people love my service or not, that I want to have the better idea so that I can go for the mass level production. Without knowing the market demand, if I go for mass production, there is a heavy loss on my business. So to overcome that, I will be going for making a basic function of the particular product or service, and I'm going to apply in the market. So if the people are giving more feedback, of course I'll go for a large scale. I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to produce more, and I'm going to expand my service so that those things will be done. Let us talk about the second one is called a functionality. So prototype, the function is very limited. For example, I'm making a small toy car. So can I drive the toy car? Never. Just like a model only, correct? No, the function is very limited. But if I talk about like MVP, function will be 100% is possible. For example, I'm going to release a car. So very basic. In Maruti, you might have seen that LXI, then VXI, ZXI, ZXI Plus. Okay, likewise, so many varieties are there. So first I'll go for LXI, LX only, LX, very basic model. So that means I can use it. I can understand. I can what type of car it is. So it is a fully like functional, but it's only basic model is available. Why basic model means people can use and feel it, right? So other thing is actually use. So it is applicable for designers and engineers, especially 3D modeling, CAD. Okay, people are drawing the CAD blueprint of a building or blueprint of a automobile in a a software or in a normal sheet. Earlier days we used to draw in a A2 size paper, but right now we have softwares. If I talk about like MVP, it is applicable for the real users as well as customers. People can directly use the product and feel it, right? For example, apartment. So if I I'm going to purchase a new apartment, what the builders do, they'll show is like a basic model of the apartment. I can if I want, I can stay another 3 hours. I can feel it whether the proper ventilation is happening. What is the according to the construction is according to the architectural design. Are they following Vastu? All those things I can feel it, right? So that's what actually MVP. Okay, so real users, it's applicable for real users and customers. If I talk about the example, prototype is a 3D model of a car. That is one of the best example of a prototype, 3D model of a car, toy of a car, right? So if I talk about like MVP, I need a basic scooter for testing a small city because I want to purchase a new electric vehicle or new EV. So I want to have a drive. I need to feel it. I need to understand what is the battery capacity, how long I can, how many kilometers I can run for one level of charging, two level of charging. So I need to feel it and I need to understand. Then only I'm ready to buy the product. For that purpose, MVP help us. So basic electric scooter for testing in a small city. That is an example of MVP toy car 3D model that is belong to prototype where the basic scooter model that is actually example of MVP. MVP I can use and feel it, but the prototype I cannot use it. The usage is very limited. So these are the major differences between MVP as well as prototype. So here there is another comparison. If I talk about MVP, you can see measure, learn, build. All the things can be done within the within the system. But if I talk about prototyping, only we'll feel it. Only sorry, not feel. Only we'll identify. We'll observe. It is a similar kind of model we are going to build. Only observation. That's all. So that is called a prototyping. The major difference between prototype and the MVP. Similarly, like build a prototype or MVP to test your idea. So what you can do is you need to identify your target market. Then you have to build a prototype or MVP. Test your prototype or MVP, then iterate based on the feedback, then launch the new product. These are the different steps involved to launch a new product. First of all, identify the target market. You need to do a market research. Based on the market research, you can identify where is the target. For example, Uber, they identified that one of the metropolitan city, Bengaluru. Bengaluru is one of the very very metropolitan city where more IT booms are happening in Bangalore. So people wanted to have more commutation. So they identified that Bangalore is actually the best place to establish the Uber. So they started one of the online taxi services. Later we started with the very basic model. Later they started building the MVP. Okay, MVP and the prototype they built it. Afterwards, they tested MVP or prototype. Okay, both are required. MVP and the prototype both is required. Both are required. A prototype is only for the blueprint. MVP is a basic model. Later, like they started doing the feedback, collecting the feedback. Then Uber started expanding. The application has been upgraded. They started all the area. So earlier it was only for the major cities within the city circle, but later on they expanded in the Bangalore. Then they started launch the services in an effective manner. That is one of the example how the Uber applied the concept of MVP and prototype. So, in conclusion, I wanted to summarize it. Use the prototype when testing the design idea before development, so that I can do just like a design, just like a software modeling. That is basically called a prototype. If I talk about MVP, when the working of product in the market, that is actually called a MVP. So these are the major differences between MVP and prototype. Let me know if you have any queries related to the topic. I can support you through mail as well as comment box. Also, if you require more examples, I can send you an email so that you can have a better understanding. Those who are starting with the product, those who are starting with a new company, like I mean startup, you please apply this concept. Then only you can you can easily you can succeed based upon implementing your MVP, and you can attract more customers and you can expand the business. So thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. If you are watching our channel first time, I request you to subscribe. Also, if you please this video, kindly put a like button. Also, kindly share the people those who are working in the domain of management and engineering. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Happy learning. Have a great day. Thank you.